Okay. Well, the last game of the last video was less than productive at the end, but that's okay because it was very entertaining to watch. Okay, and then just take the ant. That's a mosquito. I just prefer ant. This is one attack. This is one attack and one health. This has like the upside of like being able to potentially trade one health units, but there's like only two one health units, and a lot more units they could find. So I don't know. I think ant's just better generally. And also mosquitoes base stats like kind of suck. Yeah. Oh, we draw that round with an ant if we position it right. If we position front pigeon and then second ant, third beaver, we win that. Ducks. I think that's fine. I don't actually know the math on it. You'd have to talk to someone smarter than me to figure out the math, but it seems fine. I don't know if the math is better on just rolling for these two, and technically mosquito, or just taking ducks. It's probably just take ducks. This seems fine. I just don't know off the top of my head if the math checks out on it. It's fine. Yep. Cool. All right. So hopefully we can get a draw here. We cannot. Okay. That's fine though. Okay. Snail and swan and flamingo. Realistically, all good units. Okay. I like how we're playing this. Honestly, just buy all of it before we sell anything. Yeah, I like just buying everything here. Our flamingo already has duck stats. I don't care if it gets a few more stats. And I just don't want the beaver to hit the other beaver. So if we have a third unit, it makes it lower odds. Um, and like I don't like buffing flamingo because we want to pill it, but like here it's already pretty big, so I don't care. I guess the apple's weird because we don't like we. I don't love appling swan. Like I want to apple real units. You know, peacock, badger, camel, ox. It's scaling, so I'm like not mad about it, but then we end up having like two awkward gold, which we could have like found more units. Like if we end up rolling into a peacock, it feels pretty bad because now we can't buy it this turn, so we miss out on snail stats for it, and we do. Yep, just like that. Dang, called it. I mean that was just lucky on my part, but anyway. So like I don't know. I don't like buying apples on bad units, which not that snail is a bad unit, but it's not necessarily like a super premium buff target, you know. It's like a unit that we're like, well, I guess we'll buff it if we have to. Um, and other than that, we don't really want to. So, yeah. So if you hit something like this, where it's like you don't actually get any scalers, or you don't actually get anything that's like a great buff target, it was correct to like, if you have to, buff the swan. But, you know, we can also roll to find, you know, spider or peacock. Or not, yeah, spider, peacock, you know, something a little bit better to buff. Okay. We're pilling here. That's fine. It has like quite a bit of stats, so it's like kind of awkward to pill it, but I think it's fine. It just feels kind of bad that it got stats. But like, I think it's a good play. Just sometimes plays don't feel good, you know. Oh, nice. Good. Did they have... No, they don't have snails. Good. Okay. Okay, we sell spider. Good with that. Buy the draft. Yep, perfect. Garlic's fine, yeah. I'm good with that. I mean, what are we buying? Are we buying dolphin? I don't love that. I feel like we just don't really need dolphin, but yeah, and it just makes like our snails worse because now it's like we have 3 bad targets because we don't really want to buff this dolphin. Yeah, no, the dolphin I don't like it. I'm very like slow to figure out my thoughts. It takes me a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Buy cake. We find a rabbit, which we could just sell dolphin for. We reposition and then buy the rabbit. Okay. And then just rip the salad. Nice. I'd like to find a way to get the rabbit to hit the... there's no way to get the snail to hit the rabbit, but there isn't a way to, so it's fine. Ooh, nice. Good. Very good. Another cake. Buy it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, garlic's weird on this patch. I don't know how to rate it. Oh, these are good cans. Yeah, I like those. Oh, nice. Really good. Garlic's weird on this patch. Because of how strong cake is, it's like I'm very rarely actually buying garlic, but garlic is good, but it just feels so much worse because of how good cake is. Holy, that's good. Oh, never mind, we're not. It's not the turn I thought it was. I'd get both turtles on board, I think. Yeah. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like any of this. What are you doing? Wait, hold on. Why are we selling... I'd rather have health. Yeah, I'd rather have health than the attack, I think. I don't know, he has better base stats, I guess. But I definitely want turtle over snail or over swan. Like, swan is fine. But they are scaling... I guess we are too, kind of, but second turtle, like, I think makes the round really easy to win. Okay, he's back. He's gone. Yeah, and we're also rolling for, like, not much. Free... we don't freeze pairs. Yeah, I guess we really weren't rolling for much. I don't know. I guess selling him's fine. You just also need to sell the snail and get the turtle. But I also, like, you don't have to buy the swan there. You could just get the stuff. Well, I don't know. How much is that? It's 2 gold for, like, either an apple or an apple. I guess it's fine. Because this is, yeah. No, it's good, actually. Yeah, it's good. But definitely sell snail to get turtle on board. Because having that second turtle is just really good. And, like, one of those turtles would have survived. Or, no, both of those turtles... potentially? I don't know how much attack that was at. Yeah, I think, yeah, you win that round with a second turtle. But it's all good. Again, turtles are OP. If you have big units, you buy turtles per big unit, pretty much. Snakes, really good. They do have dolphin, though, which is scary. I will admit. I think there's worlds where we consider that chili, like just put it on our mammoth. Could like pop a melon. Chilies are just generally pretty strong. Okay. Nice, we find pill. I would probably freeze the other pill because we can just pill 2 turtles next turn, which I don't mind doing at all. Nice, we get this turn though. Yeah, this game's looking good. We're on lethal, but like we have pretty strong stuff here. Our main issue is... Oh, okay. I like that. Oh, yeah, you were talking about that. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, we don't really care about attack anymore. And we don't have a rabbit. And also, Snake wants to be as far forward as possible. Like, Snake wants to be pretty much in the front. Like, maybe you could put the mammoth out of it, but Snake wants to be, you know, like, not... Obviously not front. But I mean, like, it wants your big unit to be here, Snake to be here, pretty much. You could put it behind the mammoth, too. Like, you could put mammoth, then peacock, then snake, but you definitely want the, you know, you want the peacock further up than the seal. Because you want the snake's wings to happen as soon as possible. Oh, barely. I mean, I think, I don't know, they're scaling a lot, but I think our board's better. I don't like the seal, because I just feel like the attack doesn't matter. Like, whoa, no shot you're selling that. That's so many stats. Oh, I don't like that. I really don't like that. Sell the seal. No, why? We don't care. Yeah, seal, okay, seal is bad. Seal, like, before, like, seal is pretty much only good if you have, like, rabbits going on already, because rabbits make it to where you have a lot more health than attack. So if you have like rabbit cake going on, seal's really good because it helps you not have as much of a, like having way more health and no attack. Seal on its own is a terrible unit, like garbage terrible unit. Terrible, bad, terrible, terrible unit. It's like a little bit better because cake exists. But like before this update, seal was like a never take. Like before cake was in the game, seal was like never take it ever, don't touch it, don't look at it. Dumb unit, terrible. Now it's like, okay, it's good in, white supremacy build, which is, rabbit, seal. That's what they be calling it. I didn't make the name. So like rabbit, seal together's good. Seal on its own is not that good. And like, especially here we have snake. Like we don't really care about how much our attack our board has. We just want health, because every health we get like more attack on the snake pretty much, because the snake will snipe more. Yeah, but I like really don't care about attack here at all. Okay, we get a tiger. Mushroom. I assume we're taking. Yep, good. Okay, good. We position better this time. Okay, we do that. I would have liked it to... Like, right now, if they front the chili, they just kill our snake. Which they're probably not fronting the chili, so we don't have to be too worried. But they could also potentially have chili on him. Pretty unlikely, but possible. We just need to be, like, kind of conscious of the fact that the snake could get sniped. Which is also why I don't like the seal. Because, like, we could have used those milks to get our snake out of, dolphining range. But now we're just giving stats to the seal. Which, yeah. Don't know. Seal, bad unit. Is the gist there. Nice. Yeah, luckily our board was just better. And it had been for a little bit. Because Snake Tiger's OP. We'll see if our opponent can figure out that they need to change positioning. Okay, we changed positioning. Even better. Other than they do have level 2 skunk at this point, probably. And then they probably front the level 2 skunk. Or at least they should. Yeah, this turn was good. Yeah. Oh, we lose this, don't we? Oh, we don't. Oh, bang. Holy. Okay. I didn't predict that very well. But yeah, main thing there is like a seal, no. Seal bad. Seal is good in specific builds, and this is not the one. Because, like, again, health or attack doesn't matter on this board. Like, we care about health pretty much. So it worked out, but I generally probably wouldn't go seal there because there's probably like better uses of our last slot. All right. Yeah, I can do another real quick. I don't think I have anything to cut out of that one, so hopefully I won't have to do any editing on this one. Did the first one upload? No, it still has like 13 minutes left. Okay, let's see. First turn, beaver, yep. That's fine. I maybe go mosquito there, but I don't know. I'm just not a fan of otter anymore. That works out, though. Okay, pig, yep. Sure. What? Huh? So, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. It's not a throw round. Even if it were a throw round, you don't do that. Because gold is just stronger later on. Yeah. So, like, you would sell your pig here if there was a... Well, actually, you would never sell your pig here because you're on 0 gold. And we don't care about selling pig to get rolls. If you were on 1 gold and there was a duck in the a duck in the shop, or a otter in the shop, then you could sell pig. But otherwise, just save the gold for next turn. Like, you're just not going to have triples here, and that's fine. Also, I probably wouldn't freeze this, because it's hard to ever get the triple out of it. We only have 2 of them. So. And now our board's just worse. So, like, we can't get the early life, which would have been really nice. Yeah. See, if we had pig, we would have gotten the early life there every time. Yeah, I guess. Like, snail and hog, I guess, is fine. Doesn't feel great. Why are we freeze rolling this? I remember you talking about this game feeling really awkward, but oh, hello. Okay. Cycling beavers. It's sure. I mean, it's fine. It's an apple, essentially. But I don't want to be freeze rolling that beaver, especially where we don't have a buff target of any sort right now. Like, I guess the hedgehog, but hedgehog can be very exploitable because they can just buy hurt units and then they're gaining more value out of it than you are. Okay. And yeah, I mean, I imagine we lose this game. Like, just already. But, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But they did get early camp. Well, okay, well, I guess we're, like, lottoing now. Going for the turn 5 lotto, pretty much, but forced. Position this differently. We can get more attack out of... Or, never mind. I guess it works. Nah, I'm wrong. Yeah. I forgot about Peacock. You're good. Don't worry about it. We get to draw. They're scaling, so we don't love draws. Okay. It's a penguin game. I don't sell there. I buy a penguin and I start scaling with the penguin. We need something. We need something, and the penguin can be something. And we could just try to get tons of scaling. We can like pill this Mingo. I assume we're taking skunk now. Yeah. Yeah, again, I just prefer penguin. That's like if you have one level 2, I'm taking penguin. Usually, because like it's the same as a giraffe, and we're taking pretty much every giraffe we see on turn 5. If we have 2 level 2s, it's like 2 giraffes for 1 slot, which is even better, even if one of the units is terrible. Like, you know, so like there are rare instances where you can buff, you know, bad units like that, and that is one of them, in my opinion, at least. But yeah, I definitely would have played this differently. I don't like level 3s. Don't go for them. I think I talked about this in one of the other games, but I did in the Wolverine game, I think. Level 3s are like generally not worth it. You're spending 9 gold to get a slightly better ability, but like the gap between like the value you're getting from leveling to 1 to 2 is so much higher than going from 2 to 3. Because 2 to 3, you're like, so going from level 1 to level 2, right? You're spending 6 gold, and you're doubling the ability. So, sure. Going from level 2 to level 3, you're spending 9 gold to 1.5 of the ability. Which is, like, just bad value, you know? So it's just not worth spending 9 gold on. So it's not worth, you know, buying here, because you're never buying the other 2. Also, the hedgehog currently is like actively terrible into your board if it gets leveled, because it just kills everything. Obviously, it won't get leveled yet, but it's also currently killing pretty much everything. It's killing all but one of your units, which is pretty bad. I mean, you do get the win there, though, which is cool. If they buy a skunk here, though, it's not looking good. We get monkey, which is good. We need to start buffing a second unit, though. So, like, we probably buff parrot or skunk. Which, like, parrot's an awkward one to buff. Monkey's weird. I think we can just front parrot here, honestly. I think I just like buffing parrot. Monkey's awkward with, like, units like parrot. Not pretty much just parrot. And sometimes dodo. Because, like, units like that, it's like they should be a buff target a lot of times, but it's hard to buff them with monkey. But we do need to have multiple buff targets here, because otherwise we have a, you know, if they skunk this and then can kill it easily, then we have a board of like 3 1 health units, which is not good, because if they have anything, they trade through that, you know. And they do trade through it. Yeah, so they win this round. Yeah. So we need to start buffing a second unit, which we're doing, but like we should do it with the monkey too. Like, you don't always have to get the parrot value. Specifically just if you have monkey is the time I would not get parrot value. And this dolphin's like also awkward. It counters exclusively the scorpion. But, you know, the hedgehog also accomplishes that. It looks like kind of weird. It's good. Sell him, buy cow. Good. Put it on the parrot. Put them both on the parrot, please. Thank you. Okay, there's another chocolate. Nice. Yeah, I'm good at this. Nice. No, don't freeze Wolverine. Stop. We have hedgehog. Yes, we do have hedgehog here. Okay, Wolverine's a bit more considerable. But again, I just don't like seeing Wolverines. Oh, here we go. Here we go again. Holy. Oh, please buff something. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for buffing anything that isn't the hedgehog. Oh, we're double hedgehogging. Okay, this Wolverine's bad. It's way too awkward to play with. We could have gone tiger. We could like tiger skunk. We could tiger our parrot. You know, we could tiger whatever. This parrot's so awkward because it's like it only really works. Like the hedgehog, we're not getting much value out of for it. You know, like ideally, it makes us put hedgehog in the front, which we don't want to do, and it's just really awkward. Again, if you never took another Wolverine, oh, we do front it. Okay, but now we're not buffing another unit, so we're just like, they have no health, but neither do we. Yeah, I mean, we're just killing ourselves, too, so, you know, because we need to have a second big unit, because right now we're just getting skunked out of our minds. But we, like, briefly had the thought to buff the skunk, which was nice. Oh, we found it. If only we had a tiger right now to also go with this snake. That'd be cool. Too bad we don't. That's really unfortunate. No way to ever get around that. Oh wait, hold on. This is fine. I had to think about it, but it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. To be honest, I maybe like back the hedgehog here, which is weird, but yeah, it's just awkward. We played some parts of this weirdly. We could have at this point, you know. Whoa, I hate that. That's bad for our team actively. Yeah, that just feels bad. It just feels like it's gonna kill everything, and they have some snipes. I don't know. I don't like hedgehog being our buff target. Yeah, and then it just kills us. Okay, that game was not great. That's fine. It happens. Yeah, again, Wolverine, terrible unit. Bad, terrible unit. Okay, so generally turn 7. Actually, you know what? Where's my whiteboard? Okay, hold on. Hold. I'm bringing out the special the resources here. Okay, so this is for a video I'm making, or I'm thinking of making. I don't know. My videos are never all that set in stone. Let me figure out how to make a camera here real quick. Hold on. No. Let me just go to my cam only scene. Okay. So here's. Hold on. Okay. So. Okay. So here's my like flowchart of how the game should work. Hold on. Let me just pull up like a white screen on this real quick. Hold on. I'm planning on doing this with a better camera when I actually do it for the video, but this is the best we got right now. So this is what you're getting. White screen. Okay. Okay. Anyway. So this is kind of my flowchart of like what your goal is in the game. It like changes with, you know, what you end up hitting and what your opponent's board is, but this is like a general good outline to look at. So first, triples is like turns 1 and 2. We're looking for triples, right? That's pretty much it. Just try and find triples of the premium units, whatever. Turns 1 and 2 are pretty easy. You know how those work. And then turns 3 and 4, you're pretty good at those, but like we take our triples. If we find rabbit and giraffe, then we're looking for like a solid tier 2. Also, if we don't hit any tier ups, then we're also kind of just looking for solid tier 2s because we need a buff target. Like this is where we want to find our buff target. Otherwise, you probably found a good buff target, and then you're like looking to rip apples and get mangoes, which you're also looking to do here. But like first, you would like to find another unit, because you need to find something to buff if you hit rabbits and giraffes, or you could hit both, and then it's like you just take it and then you start ripping these. Okay, and then like turns 5 and 6, right, is like scaling and looking for triples. Yeah, pretty much just more of the same. You just kind of go for more scaling, buy your rabbits, buy your giraffes, keep scaling. Okay, so then move it this way. Turns 7 and 8. So turns 7 and 8 here. Let me put my mic up a little bit so it's facing me because I'm standing above right now. So turns 7 and 8. We have, so like if your opponent's ahead, I don't know. This I need to rework this part. This part's like a work in progress, but yeah, I guess I didn't even put on here that you need to find a second buff target. Okay, turn 7 is bad. Ignore. Actually, okay, this is good. I'm like workshopping my video here, which is helpful. Let me find my eraser. Okay, so I'm just gonna erase all this because it's bad. And this was like the one part of it that I wanted, but it was bad. So, but anyway, turn 7 is where you need to start finding a second buff target. Like you have to have something second buffed. Because if you're still just scaling one unit, because like your whole goal is scaling. Like your entire goal is to just make big units. That's where Turtle Pack has the advantage, is it can just make massive units. So then like turns 7 and 8, you need to find a second unit to make big. If you already have a pretty big unit, like you had a pretty big hedgehog at turn 7, it's like at that point just start scaling anything else, right? Like just start putting something else in the front. In that case, I think it was parrot or even skunk, because otherwise you're very susceptible to like skunks or scorpions, which you saw in that game, you know, because your opponent had skunks and scorpions different times, and it ended up like taking away tons of your scaling. If you split up your stats, then they can't steal as much of your scaling at once. And then turns 9 and 10. If you're at high lives, you go for like scaling. If you're at low lives, you go for like tempo. You also can like sometimes find other buff targets here. Like if you, yeah. So 9 and 10. Hold on. I also might need to rework this. Again, this is work in progress. So you're just kind of my test dummy here. Okay, so turns 9 and 10. Turn 9 and 10 are weird. Because, like, you take your tier up, and then if you find a tier 6, you kind of just play into whatever you find. But I think it still applies pretty well. So if you have a lot of lives left, things like on-curve monkey are good. If you don't have lives left, then things like shark are good, you know. Ripping cows is, like, pretty much always good. And then just, like, buying, like, chilies for more tempo is good, that type of thing. And then turn 11 is, like, you're looking for equipment. You're looking for Exodia, which Exodia is snake, tiger, big unit in the front. And then you're looking to enlarge. You want to make your units bigger, which that is like the third thing on there because it's probably the least important. Equipment is huge in the late game. Like getting your steaks, getting your melons, getting your mushrooms, huge, massive. You can rip pizzas. Pizzas are pretty good, depending on what your board is. And then if you have like a cat or a dragon, which that more applies if you have high lives, then that can also just, you know, be really good late game if it goes like deep late game. So anyway, that's my whiteboard of my like flow chart, but it's a work in progress. Oh jeez, oh my poor keyboard. Oh, did I break it? Okay, I thought I broke a little piece off of one of the switches on my keyboard, but I think it was a piece of a Cheeto. Anyway, I don't know why I'm still filming. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. Yeah, okay.